Good morning. I'm the Moon Mama. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday's a day governed by Mars, and today we start a new moon cycle. I have about 5 more spaces for people who are interested in joining. It's for men and women, but it's the moon, so there's a lot of feminine energy in there. And so if you're a man and you want to enhance your feminine energy, which is just your internal way of being, and understanding that the internal creates the external, we welcome you. And if you're a woman, of course, we welcome you. This moon cycle, it's going to be focused on the Leo new moon, and we are focusing on harnessing your creative fire, which is your ability to be able to create the reality that you desire through your heart, through really understanding the power of your heart. It's a really fascinating time to be alive. I'm going to be traveling to Asheville for a conference, and I'm just very aware of how different the world is right now because of, first of all, what's going on astrologically, because that's really the core difference, is that we are experiencing new energies and new frequencies that are really demolishing our old way of thinking. And then that's showing up in very personal ways where, we're having this coronavirus experience, and we're also having all of these these opportunities to look at race in a new way, and gender conversations, and just everything is changing. And, I've been doing a lot of work and studying for a lot of years. And when I was in college, I started reading the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and I repurchased it and started reading it again. And I'm so aware of the American system and the Western reality, and how it's just a made-up construct. I mean, literally, it's like the world that we live in is just something we just agreed upon and said, we're going to agree that this is Monday and this is Tuesday, and these are the things you do on these days. And we're going to agree that this is the food that we should eat, and these are the things that are good, and these are the things that are bad. And it's almost like it had no rhyme or reason. And one of the things that I'm most aware of is, because I've always been a very, what I would say, spiritual person. When I was a child, I was really spiritual. And I was given Christianity, but I was spiritual before I got Christianity. I was always aware of the mysticism and the connection and the spirit of life. I was always aware of it. I don't remember if there was a time when I wasn't aware of the spirit of life within and without. And as I've continued to study, and I've studied Hinduism and Buddhism, and I've studied Islam, and lived inside of Christianity, the thing that I've really learned is how we're getting it all wrong on so many levels. There are things that we're getting right, but the concepts in and of themselves we're getting wrong, which then would help the way we live. And the one that I see as the most profound one is that we don't understand that we reincarnate, that we are absolutely on a cycle of life that is continuous, and we really never die. These bodies shed and drop away, and then the whatever we have learned in this particular body goes back into the great experience of the divine, and then comes right back into another body and is absolutely born again and lives into another experience countless times. And, I can think of who I was before I really understood this theoretically in my mind. And now that I understand it as a spiritual awareness and spiritual practice, it just changes every choice that I make. It changes everything that I do. Like, I've started saying to myself, I'm going to live 1,000 years anyway. like there's no rush to get to anything. There's no need to worry about anything because everything is going to work itself out sooner or later because everything does. And as I love Egyptian philosophy, and because first of all, it's African in nature and it comes from Black people. Black people were the first people to embody these concept of consciousness. And one of the other things that really changes my mind in this time is that we project our reality. And I've been saying that, to myself since I was a child, but just more and more and more as I study astrology and understand consciousness is projected. Like we project our outer experience from within ourselves. Everything in our life comes from inside of ourselves, and that's why it's so important to get deeply acquainted with your internal self and understand what makes you tick, why you think, what you feel, what you desire, what you don't, what feels good, what feels bad, what lifts you up, what depresses you, what oppresses you, what opens you up, what closes you down. It's so important to understand these things because the internal reality is projecting your external reality. And when you understand yourself inside and out, you can project the external reality that you desire. You can create the external reality that is in alignment with your internal reality. And it's really easy to do. And the more that we begin to disconnect ourselves from this Western reality, which I said is just completely made up lies, it's fascinating because once I started to question everything, once I started questioning everything, I realized that the questions in and of themselves would lead me into new experiences. And so, I've started questioning my dependence upon the social constructs and the social structures that we live into. I've started questioning my relationship with what we call Jesus Christ, and if I actually really need a savior, someone to validate my existence. That is such a strange thing to me. I started questioning, my my beliefs and the system that we live in and what it means to be a Black woman in America. I started questioning what America is in alignment with, history and this experience that we are having here as Americans and humans. And the more I question, the more I get to see that all of it is all made up. All of it is all made up. And so because of that, we can make up anything else. We can make up something new. We're not stuck. We are forever changing. And as this old construct that we are living in comes undone, we have an opportunity to create something new based upon our ability to love ourselves and our ability to open up to new ways of being, our ability to be willing to be different. And that's challenging because we're in this space right now, I know I am, where we're not who we used to be, where we're so clear that that's done and we don't know where we're going. So we're in this middle space. And the middle space is the really great space. It's the space where everything is possible. And so in the space of everything is possible, the thing that I like to do is just ask myself, what feels the best? And just be in the feeling. What feels really good to me? What can I remember in my life that just felt so amazing? And I might remember the times in my life where with my, the person that I was formerly best friends with, where we would laugh. We would have these incredible laughing, just laugh like, like uncontrollable laughter. That feels so good to me. Or a time where I was with a lover, and you know how it feels when you are totally enamored with someone and you totally feel into the experience of like attraction and goodness and all of that. Like that feels really good to me. Or one of my best feelings is like watching my son be really happy. Like watching my son laugh and smile is just, it's just magic. Like there's nothing else like it to me. And so in this in-between space, when we are coming out of something that felt so real and going into something that we don't even realize yet, it's good to just feel good. It's good to just seek out the good feelings and do it in a way that really allows you to embody those good feelings, because that's the Mars energy. Today is a Mars day, and Mars is the day that is about embodiment. And so we want to embody goodness. We want to embody joy. We want to embody happiness. We want to embody abundance and freedom, and embody it in such a way that we feel it, that we actually feel what those things feel like, so that we can take that energy with us and then recreate it anytime we desire, because we are ultimately creators, and we're here on this earth realm, and whatever lifetime we're in, because we're in one right now, whichever one that is, at this time, we are watching an old paradigm end and a new paradigm begin. And so we have to, or get to, embody the good feelings that will allow us to be who we truly want to be. Because this old paradigm that we're leaving has been one that was filled with a great deal of pain and suffering. Our ancestors have experienced so much pain and suffering, and that energy is pure energy. It is pure energy. All of that oppression, it is pure, and all we need to do is generate good feelings around it, and then begin to create out of what the Egyptians called the amenta. It's at the horizon when you're not in any place yet. And that's what's going on in our consciousnesses. We are not where we used to be, and we are not where we're going to be. And if we can generate good feelings now, we can create with the power and the energy that our ancestors cultivated in this oppressive time of this 400-year period. And we can create a reality that is based on something that is born out of our inherent power as Black people and our desire to create goodness from within ourselves. So with that, I hope that you join the Moon class, the Moon Manifestation class. You can do so here in my link tree or send me a private message. And I hope that you join the Mars Retrograde class, because the Mars Retrograde class is going to be focused on embodying a new identity so that you can be who you're born to be. Peace and blessings, everyone. I'm the Moon Mama. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.